Hey guys, welcome back to another video. So today I'm going to be talking about Apple's new 16-inch MacBook Pro, which they actually just launched today. So something I've noticed with all the other tech reviewers, when they've posted pictures on Twitter of their orders of the computer, and something I've noticed is that they've been going for the turbo boost up to 5 gigahertz. So there's two options for the i9 process. So this is the i9 option. So there's two choices. So you could either get the 2.3 gigahertz 8-core 9th generation Intel Core i9 processor with a turbo boost of 4.8 gigahertz, or you can get the 2.4 gigahertz 8-core 9th generation Intel Core i9 processor with a turbo boost up to 5 gigahertz. Now, the issue with that I noticed with people ordering that, the computer can't actually handle that itself. So they're never gonna actually notice how fast the actual computer is. They're never going to notice, so they're wasting their money. They honestly should just go with the turbo boost of 4.8 gigahertz. It would save a lot of money for them, and this is a $200 difference. So for $200 less, you can get the one that you'll actually experience it. So for $27.99, you should get the 4.8 gigahertz and not the 5, because you'll never be able to experience that because the computer can't handle that. So that's just something I noticed with this, but this computer, so now for storage options with this is actually really interesting because Apple's never actually done this before. So this is really interesting with storage options. So the i9 starts at a 1 terabyte SSD, which is really good that Apple did that, because that'll allow people now to be able to actually store more things on their computer instead of buying an external SSD, which is what I actually have now with my MacBook Pro 13-inch. So that makes me question, are they going to come out with a 14-inch with thinner bezels just like they did with this? Who knows? So it starts out with a 1 terabyte SSD, and so for $400 more, you can get a 2 terabyte. For $1,000 more than that 1 terabyte, you can get a 4 terabyte. And then for $2,000 more than that 1 terabyte, you can get an 8 terabyte. So basically, if you're going to max out this computer, you're basically going to be spending $5,000. So it's pretty expensive. But I'm really excited to actually see this computer in my hands and actually get to use it in an Apple store, because it's really interesting to me. Could I get that and replace my iMac with it eventually? Because that's kind of what I was thinking. Maybe you can get a monitor or something and I can hook up this new MacBook Pro to that monitor and just use that as my main editing setup. Because currently I use a 13-inch MacBook Pro and an iMac 5K, which it's a pretty good editing setup, but on the go I use my MacBook. So I'd still do the same thing. I'd use this 16-inch at my desk, and I'd use the 13-inch on the go, or I'd just use the 16-inch everywhere. But we'll see. I'm just curious to know how this computer actually is. So let's get into more of the tech specs. So it comes in two finishes, of course, the silver and the space gray. Two colors that we've seen from Apple, on everything, basically. So what I've noticed is actually the form factor. The computer looks like it's actually in a bigger case than it used to be. It doesn't, next to a 15-inch, it looks a little bit bigger, a little taller and a little bit bigger. And so this actually uses a new 6-speaker system, which should be really interesting to hear. So I can't wait to hear the actual computer in the store and actually get to use it before. So there is a touch bar. Something else I noticed actually is that the Touch ID is actually separate, and also the escape key is not on the touch bar anymore. The escape key is a real key now, which is really cool. Also, Apple went away with the butterfly keyboard, and now we have a new/old keyboard. It's sort of like the 2015 MacBook Pro keyboard, so it should be nice. But it kind of seems like a little bit of a step down from what we had before. But who knows? I honestly can't wait to use the keyboard, just because I feel like dust getting into the keys, that'll be no more since we have this new old keyboard. So, of course, it typically has the stupid 720p FaceTime camera. Honestly, it should be 1080p these days, but who cares? So it comes with a 96-watt USB-C charger, which is actually different from the 87 or the 80. It's like an 82 or something, 87. It's an 87 that comes with my current computer. That comes with the current 15-inch. So that's interesting. Also, the computer should be available later this week, and so, as I was saying though, creators, if you're buying the i9, go with the 4.8 gigahertz. That's cheaper, because the 5 gigahertz computer, you're not going to be able to experience how good the computer is because the computer can't actually handle it. So that's basically all I have to say about the new MacBook Pro. It didn't have much, but those are basically my thoughts on the new MacBook Pro. So tell me what you guys think of the new MacBook Pro down in the comments below. And that's pretty much it, and I'll see you guys.